And now's about the time we can roll some dice in anger.
Woohoo.
So
professional.
It's been a while, gents, hasn't it?
It is.
So, I think the last time we were playing, you guys were investigating a murder.
We were.
There'd been a murder.
There's been a murder.
And after exhausting all possible leads in Sandpoint, drinking some hagfish goo.
Oh yeah, I recall that.
Built for it.
The MVP. He was the goat.
And having a conversation with an OAP, you all set off to question Grace Sevilla at Habe's Sanatorium.
Yes.
Before
Before we get into the gist of things, would you like me to disappear for a minute?
You certainly can if it's that
Right,
time.
yeah, I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, so the Mark game. What are people's words today? And we'll give a brief spiel when Mark's back this time. We'll try and get the words before he returns.
Okay. I've not even thought about it, to be honest with it. Ostracize is a good one.
Who said ostracize? Sorry.
Me. The lovable rascal.
I think I spelled that right. Says the English student.
I'm going to go with quantify.
Eve. Quantify.
Brontosaurus.
Sam and Jake. Brontosaurus.
Oh, I've not. I thought I'd muted myself again. I'm good at that one.
Brontosaurus. And Samuel.
Sanguinate.
Excuse me.
Sanguinate.
Ooh, you've had that a few times, mate, haven't you?
No, Viscerate's one I've gone with a few times, I think.
Someone's had sanguinate before, I think.
Yeah.
I had exanguinate.
Sanguinate, right.
Where it is to make it lead out. I know it's sanguinate in there somewhere.
It's exsanguinating it when somebody bleeds out.
Thank you.
So
There you go, Jake.
Exsanguination.
It's the Mark game. Whenever Mark leaves the PC, he will utter a phrase that will include a noun and a verb. No. Yeah, verb and a noun, the way around. And the Mark game is if anyone can guess what he's going to say, or get one of them, the party get a magic item.
Sorry, I had to circumnavigate the oblate spheroid a little bit back now.
Circumnavigate the what?
Oblate spheroid. It's the
Oblate
shape of the
spheroid.
Earth. That's what shape Earth is.
It's not. It's a disc.
It's a triaxial.
Oh, for
There
God's
we go.
sake.
Here we go.
Ugh.
Oh.
Sorry, I've just got somebody messaging me about some IT problems. And I did tell him that I wasn't available after 8:30. I know.
Sam, stop it.
Tell him to nip on Twitch. At least we'd have one streamer, one viewer for a while.
Looking through it on Twitch.
Yeah.
We'll fix it mid-game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we need to look out for
Yeah.
Bish's Mark game word because he's at work. I saw him earlier and he says he will try and jump on for the Mark game.
Right. You're famous, Mark. People you don't know who you are.
No
Well,
reason
that's
to find me
Right.
retreating.
yeah. No, actually, that means I'm responsible for that shit, Mark. I've all of a sudden. Oh shit!
With great power comes great responsibility.
You
All
leave me
right, chill out,
alone.
Uncle Ben. Oh, what was his name? Was it Uncle Ben?
It was
Uncle Ben,
Uncle
yeah,
Uncle Ben.
Who's Uncle Ben?
but not the one that makes
Spider-Man.
rice.
Yeah.
He gets
Or
killed.
maybe it was the one that made the rice and he just needed a cover up for his.
That was
tactical-
also- Didn't they have to change that because it was deemed to be racist for some reason?
No,
But with
surely
great
not.
power comes great responsibility.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Oh, Uncle Ben's. Because the little picture had a black fella, didn't it? If you remember.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I want to say he was
Personally,
actually
never
supposed
thought
to be Indian.
that was racist.
but-
I don't think he was. No, I think Uncle Ben was definitely.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be Jamaican, wasn't he? Like a black fella.
Yeah, that was my thinking. But I
Yeah.
never understood why anyone would consider that to be racist.
Jake's, it's all right. Jake's googling if it's racist.
I don't think it is. I think they've still got the little picture of as it is. Yeah.
Is it still? Oh,
Yeah.
Right, I feel like I need to move us off this
Dempsey
topic
from
because I
Uncle
feel
Ben.
like this could get us into trouble
Yeah.
real quick.
Right. Anyway.
So, Cape Sanatorium is on the edge of what's known as the Ashen Rise, which is a limestone. Let me just escarpment.
Ew.
Yeah, escarpment. Yeah, I did read that right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to include that phrase from the book. So I quite liked it, and I thought Mark might appreciate it.
I do. There's an example of one is Giant's Causeway up in somewhere Derbyshire.
Giant.
Very limestone. Because it's not the proper Giant's Causeway. It's just called.
I was going to
it's
say
called-
that's Galway,
Knock
isn't it?
Yeah, and that's basalt.
Yeah.
But
There's
it's
the area you're on about, Mark, is where Hawk the Slayer was filmed.
yeah,
Yep, genuinely.
it's just fantasy movies of all time.
The Peak District, Thor's Cave. In fact, there's a picture of me and the wife last time we went for a walk. There's a picture of me and the wife. I was gonna.
Yeah. You showed me a picture of you at Thor's Cave when you guys came down.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
also, yeah, and also Princess Bride. There's part of it. You know, there's a bit where Andre the Giant gets strangled, sleeper held by your protagonist. I forget what he's called. That's Peak District as well.
Jake the Pirate Roberts.
It's a great film.
It's a
What's
fantastic
his name?
film.
Wesley.
It's Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepared to die. That is the greatest monologue of all time.
Also, the perfect greeting. Went out there.
Only if you meet someone who killed your dad.
Well, the structure of it anyway. The structure of it is perfect greeting. Name.
How many times does he actually say it in the film? It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. Pertinent information, follow-up information.
Nice.
So, who I am, how I know you.
What's about to happen?
Why I want to kill you. Brilliant.
Right, so I've got the Ashen Rise and the Habe Sanatorium on screen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next penis.
That's what they
Oh,
are.
you had to remove one already? Oh, mate.
No, not yet, not quite, but I'm waiting for it. You know what they're like.
Yeah, but now Lewis is back.
So,
And he-
Rising,
and he-
it's so
They don't call me the Phantom Cockdoodler for nothing.
So built in the lee of this limestone escarpment is a squat stone building that sits 3 stories high and has no large windows as such. They're all very small. So as you approach, you would see that they have very small windows that serve as like aeration, but they're no more than 3 inches wide at any point. So you couldn't enter or exit through them, which you would suggest, being a sanatorium, might be for health and safety reasons. I'm back now that I've read the phrase from it.
I'm going to slope over to Addam and just say, right, this is a sanitarium. Try and pretend to be a bit normal, otherwise they might not let you leave.
Does that mean no treats for Beastie?
I think that's possibly a good idea. It might be better if he waits outside.
Okay.
I cannot deprive him of a snack.
I've now got a picture of Minato trying to bum the idol.
Why?
No idea.
Oh dear. So that was going to be my question. So,
What if I bum the idol off?
well, only for the sake of our one watcher.
Hello.
If we've got one, I don't know. I don't have YouTube or Twitch up because I have too much stuff up.
Not possible.
Are you going in kind of weapons, not out, but visibly on display? You're going to try and look less threatening, or are you going in full? Is the Eidolon going in? What's the approach?
Is there any guard?
Well, nice local.
I mean, Addam would definitely want to take the Eidolon in with him. It's his little safety blanket.
I wouldn't deprive you
not
of your
sure.
safety blanket.
That's shit for me.
As long as he doesn't eat anyone or shit on anyone's foot or anything, I think we'd be all right.
He doesn't have bowel
any of the-
motions. He just
Oh, that's
vomits every
all
now and then.
Crikey,
Any
he
other
just
takes on
gets
Rise
bigger.
local?
That's
I
what
was
she said.
under the impression that this is a sanatorium. It's a medical facility of some description, or mental health facility.
Yes.
And we're going as investigators, and there's nothing to suggest. Whoa, Sam, nice one. There's nothing to suggest that we're walking into anything hostile. We're walking into a situation where we're going to interrogate Grace Seville.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be expecting anything hostile, but Argos being Argos would not be far away from his shield and sword.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
Admiral
Well, I think if
Agbar
we just
thought as
go
well,
in-
didn't he? And that was a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Of course, it's
So-
got about firepower of that magnitude. Sorry.
I think I have discussed Aaron Hay previously, but just as a refresher, as part of that knowledge local, he was a very successful doctor in Magnamar, whom you know to be of a nervous disposition, which is why he retired out into basically the arse end of nowhere, because he is, if you look at the kind of the hinterlands, there's some farms down in the farmlands to the side of Egan's Wood, but there's not a lot around. He's of a nervous disposition himself, but was known to be a very effective doctor. So he moved out here effectively for peace and quiet, to get away from the hubbub of the city and to take care of the mentally infirm. That's his reputation. That's who he is. You do know that he does have orderlies. There is some debate as to how many there actually are. The leading rumor is that there's 2 that are brothers, which is why there's confusion, because they look very similar. And they are tieflings. Rumors that you would have heard is that they are escaped slaves from Cheliax.
Well, I think did we get any sort of authority, sign of authority, so people will know that we're not just random bellends? I can't remember.
You
Yeah,
have a
we've
letter of
got
introduction
badges.
You got badges, and you've got a letter of introduction from Hemlock.
I have my badge and my
I must have at
sheriff's
some point
badge.
have said we don't need no stinking badges.
No, dude, I said it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. I said it then, though.
You did. I know. But me saying I said it upset you an amount that I'm happy with, Mark. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. So for me, Dungeon Master, it would, unless anyone's thinking otherwise. Although you see, the problem is now I'm metagaming, because I'm thinking now you've said that, should we send Minato to do a recce all the way around? But that wouldn't be my approach. My approach would be just to walk up to the front door and knock on it, ready to show my badge and say, "How do?"
Yeah. And I know I'm metagaming a bit, but you're also Mr. Charisma, so that's a good idea.
The other thing that Zegric would know is that Habe can be a little bit funny with people that just show up on his doorstep. Possibly because he's of nervous dispositions. People just kind of showing up out of the blue disconcerts him. So you would expect a less than, not unfriendly, but perhaps a little bit of a frosty welcome, just because of the way the man is. You get a bit of a reputation for it. And the other thing with the 26 is
That's not just a
whilst
26. Tom, that's a natural 20.
yeah, no, I know what it is. I can see it's lit up in green. I'm not colourblind. Although he did very well in Magmar as a doctor, was known to be reasonably independently wealthy, people have begun to question how he affords to sustain business.
Drugs.
Sex, drugs, and rock and
Which
roll.
is something I'll give you.
Sausage rolls.
But equally, potentially doesn't have a lot of expenditure. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's in the city or in, he also doesn't have that many patients. So you would in fact know that, including Grace, he's supposed to have 4 patients in the sanatorium. For the natural 20, I'll give you that as well.
4 patients for a 3-story.
Yeah.
Is it, when we say, is it a mansion? Is it like a stately home?
It's quite large. He lives on site, as do any help that he hires. So it's not just like...
She'd have like a staff wing, the hospital wing.
4 patients.
It's not massive. Hang on. Bear with me a minute.
Just in relation to the...
I feel
it's
like I
kind
can
of...
get more versed in my gameplay now because Dave's closing his curtains.
So the ground floor is larger. It's a 3-story building. The second and third floors are only 30 feet by 30 feet.
Okay.
So it's not massive.
Yeah.
Almost like it's more like it's got like a tower attached to it.
Yes.
In a way. A longer building with a towery bit on one end sort of thing, or wherever it is.
Yeah. And the ground floor is kind of 80 by 40-ish, but it's not a square rectangle. It's not a rectangle.
Okay. So unless anyone else is thinking otherwise, I don't know how else we're going to introduce ourselves or soften the blow. So Argus, being Argus, would be going for the front door, knocking on it, and saying, "We're here, loud and proud."
Yeah, that's what I reckon is best. I'll stand.
See, I'd love to sneak in, get a disguise as a hospital worker, and then walk around casually doing random stuff.
or, dude, what we could do is we could say you're our patient and we're bringing you for evaluation.
Oh, that would work.
I'll stick with plan A, I think.
So the path leads you up to what's like it's got wooden. It's a bit like an American like the old school American house you see. They've got the decking on the front. You've got decking that leads up to what's obviously a front door, and it wraps around a little bit down to what looks to be maybe a worker's entrance of some description. But there's like a carved thing above a door that says reception. So yeah, I assume you go in, and the building blows up, and you all die. No. Campaign, no.
Well, that was a fantastic game of Pathfinder, guys.
Good campaign, chaps.
And you enter a small 10 by 15 room. Got a big desk. It's got a rope with a bell on the desk, kind of hanging from the roof. And there's an inscription that says ring for assistance.
Yep, that's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So it takes a couple of minutes. But through a door. So there's a door on the right. There's a door on the left. The door on the right is in the middle of that wall. Door on the left is on the far wall, kind of at the far end. If that makes sense. And an older looking gentleman, wearing what almost looks, I don't know how to describe this. He got like a silk wrap around his head that comes around his shoulders. It's like a maroon colour, and he's wearing maroon robes. Comes to the front, and he kind of gives you all a look. And how may I help you, gentlemen? I wasn't expecting visitors.
August will step forward then. He'll flash the badge. And he'll say, greetings, my name's August Redmourne. With me are Zegric, Minato, Addam, Mortis.
Hey.
We are here pursuing inquiries as to the murder of the 3 men who were with one of your patients, Grace Seville. We're here to talk to her.
Oh, Mr. Sevilla. Hemlock didn't inform me he'd be sending anyone to question them. Normally sends word ahead.
Hemlock is away on business in Magnemar. I say that as a question.
That'd be a deception check because he's back in town.
Oh, okay.
No, he's back in town.
I remember him
He
going
was away
to
on business.
Magnemar. I couldn't remember him coming back.
Yeah. He in fact he did give you a letter of introduction to Habe, in fairness.
Oh, sorry, dude. I've totally forgotten all about that.
No. You're all right. Roll a diplomacy check for me.
Didn't he send one ahead? No, you mentioned that. No. Okay, fair enough.
No. No, he didn't. If I said he did, he didn't.
Okay.
Killed
Am
by
I
goblins
right?
on the way.
Do you want a diplomacy from me and Sam?
Yeah, well, you're talking, so yeah, diplomacy. Yeah.
So don't ask me to do it.
Oh,
Here we go.
14.
11.
A very little
Motion.
bit.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Sevilla is quite troubled. I'm not entirely sure. He's in current fit condition to receive guests.
Forgive me, your name is?
Oh, Habe. Erin Habe.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Erin. This, if you'll forgive me for now, was not a request. We are going to see him.
Most unusual.
We don't all need to go in.
Give me another diplomacy check.
Can I roll intimidation?
You can.
Dastor will cast Enhanced Diplomacy and give you a +2.
Nice.
Which I missed on the first one, so apologies, Dave.
Okay. But we're still happy with an Intimidate.
No.
Intimidate or Diplomacy check.
+2. 20.
Dirty 20.
He's as you look at Argos, Argos. I mean, if you wanted to buy some Lego, I'm your man. If Argus he's firm, but he's not got to the point that he's threatening. He's just firm, and this is happening. Is his tone of voice?
I sort of envisaged him as a reasonably pleasant-looking guy. Like not someone that you'd immediately go like Mike, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you give him the letter of instruction from Hemlock?
Yes, sure. So that would make sense. At this point, it would be, this is not a request. This is happening with the letter.
I'm going to commandeer a Ipponsugi Nobori. I shan't be long.
Right, fuck it. Right, everyone Google it and
Commandeer or
pretend we
what?
knew what he's on about.
I don't even know what he said.
Effin.
Ippon
Googie.
Sugi.
Sugi.
Kawashima.
Something
Ippon
Nori, I think.
Sugi Ski Resort.
Oh. I got a Japanese restaurant.
Left hand side.
Oh, fuck me. Google wants to know my exact location at the minute now as well. I'm going to turn that off.
Yeah, otherwise the men in suits will come knocking on the door.
Yeah, why are you streaming this nonsense, you fucking idiot?
Here's where Mark's like, you shouldn't Google that.
So he kind of takes the letter from you as well. He reads it and he kind of takes your tone and looks around at you. Very well. Come through. Come through. And he takes you into what looks to be like a large workroom. So he takes you through the door on your right. Takes you into what looks like a large workroom. And then he shouts to. So this room has kind of three more doors off it. And as he brings you in, he shouts, Garen, you're needed. And kind of tall, kind of gangly tiefling kind of saunters into the room. He goes, yes, Mr. Habe. Go fetch Grace from his cell. The gentleman need to interview him.
Wouldn't it be better to interview him in his cell if he's so disturbed?
No, it's time to get him out for some exercise anyway.
Does he pose any danger to you or us?
He's unwell, but is currently restrained by use of jacket. He should pose no real danger.
Okay. And Garon, what's the take on Garon? Is he large, small, armed?
He's about 6'5", so he's tall. Looks to be quite gangly, but he's wearing like a big grey robe that kind of covers him from head to toe. The hood's thrown back. And he just says, yes, Mr. Habe. And he kind of scurries up to a door on the far end and heads upstairs. And Habe just kind of looks you all over and says, he'll be with us shortly, but I do ask that you be gentle. He is very, very unwell. I fear he's not long for.
He's not what? Sorry, mate. That was a bit broken.
He's not long for this world. He is very ill.
And I'd apologise if any Japanese people are watching, which you're probably not, but I probably butchered the pronunciation of Ipponsugi no Bori. There you go, I did it again.
What is it, Mark? We were going to ask.
It's a climbing tool used by ninjas.
Oh, is it
like
the ones with a rope? With the
rope
hooks?
with claws, with metal claws. So they throw the rope up, pull back, the claws dig in the tree, they hoist themselves up, throw the rope up, rinse and repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, straight, unclimbable trees. They loved it, apparently.
And so in this room, there's kind of 3 long tables. It does look like, there looks like it could be used like feeding. So that it makes you think that this is perhaps where they bring inmates down here to feed them. So there's cutlery and plates, and there's a few chairs as well that you're welcome to sit at whilst you're waiting. And a couple of minutes go by, and Garen returns.
Just Just before that, Dungeon Master, if you don't mind, could we have a little bit of a sidebar between us? I think Argus would sort of gather mostly Mortis, Zegric, well, all of them actually, and say, do we have any abilities to help? I mean, we have access to restorative magic, but anything that could help with even short term for madness, for calming, for anything that might get us the answers that we need.
Not from me, I apologise. Everything.
Addam would look at the Eidolon and be like, we could use him to get answers. He always gets answers.
We've been through this. You're why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, hey, I will not allow. I will not allow you to treat my patients this way. They are infirm and unwell, and they are not here to be treated with violence.
Treated by what violence?
Don't worry about him. He's fine. He does this all the time. Honest.
Yeah,
I didn't say I'd use beastie to hurt them.
Can I turn back to Habe and say, hold on, which part of Sidebar were you invited to? Fuck off. No. I won't do that. I won't do that.
He would also, I'm unsure as the affliction that Mr. Sevilla has, but it does appear to be lethal.
Your diagnosis then, is he particularly shaken, just to metagame, or is he?
He's certainly disturbed, deeply disturbed, but he's contracted some kind of disease, and it is killing him rapidly.
Disease, Dave.
A disease that I haven't come across. I don't think I've seen
syphilis, isn't it?
It's syphilis, mate. Yeah, well done. You win today.
Thanks.
I can remember a T-shirt advertising the Viz in the 80s, which said "Addis, don't die of dyslexia," which was mocking the AIDS don't die of ignorance campaign.
So, Mark, you've just insulted the AIDS sufferers and the dyslexic amongst us. That's a twofer.
My old team leader was dyslexic, and he told me loads of dyslexic jokes. But did you hear about the dyslexic man who walked into a bra?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I could, with my lay on hands, I can shift shake, and I can't. I could get rid of disease at 6th if I choose that as an option. But I've
got Dastor's got lesser restoration, which is ability score damage, and fatigues and exhaustion. So you can go from exhaustion to fatigue to normal, or just cure wounds for hit points. Zegric got nada, nothing healing wise.
I've only got Wand of Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
And potentially rejuvenate Eidolon, but he's not an Eidolon.
Small.
I could give him I think a +4 to his dexterity.
Can I ask Aaron if he's managed to get anything out of him? Has he said anything to him about what happened?
Nothing but ramblings, but we also haven't questioned him. We've been focused on trying to get him somewhat stability. Peaceful environment, lots of rest, and lack of light.
What about if we put him out his misery?
No, I said before, ignore him. He's like this all the time. Don't worry. It's all good.
Has anyone got speak with dead? Okay, this is going to be tricky then. So, Argus still talking to. I think I'd like to think Argus would refer to him as Erin, if that's his first name. He wouldn't sort of bow to honorifics unless it was Well, no, he wouldn't bow to honorifics. So he'd sort of say, so, Erin, here's the situation. We need answers, and we need them quickly. A lot of people's lives depend on it. A lot of people have already died. How do you suggest, in your professional opinion, that we get this information quickly from Sevilla?
Well, I would suggest trying to talk to him calmly, simply. His mind is addled, so try not to complicate the matter. Be simple and direct, but not aggressive. He's fine when we speak to him in a calm. We have lots of incense. You can smell like this kind of sour incense smell. Lots of incense. We try to keep our patients calm.
I thought that would keep him incensed. Oh, sorry. I'll be quiet now.
But try and keep the questions simple. I mean, maybe try and keep any bladed weapons away. Just keep mumbling about razors. I just simply, calmly, but be to the point. Be succinct.
Okay, well, no bladed weapons is quite telling.
Wasn't it a big axe you used to do the murders?
There was an axe in the wood mill, wasn't there, in the lumber mill? But
what about if we take an axe in him to rejig his memory?
I'd like to start softly to try and get the infant and build up from there.
Spoil sport. There's nothing like rejigging the memory with reliving the experience.
Okay, so after a little while, unless you've got anything else you want to...
No. Well, because I just want to follow up on what Addam's saying then, because I mean it's an approach. If that's what you want to do.
Addam would be like, well, that's how Beastie came about.
What you got to remember is this guy was found wandering loose near a barn where 3 of his colleagues were killed and maimed. So I don't know how quite you plan to recreate that.
Or the art of dance.
Interpretive slaughter. Nice.
I mean, we could always try it. Did you say there's 4 other people in the asylum?
Yeah, here we go.
No, 4 total.
Oh, right, so there's 3, yeah. Was it 3
Three
of his work colleagues that got killed?
You're a bad man.
Wasn't it 2 men and a woman?
No, it was 3 men.
Oh, right, okay. And what's the
sorry, the completely sexist, obviously, in Pathfinder. No women allowed. So Garen will kind of return, kind of comes down the stairs very slowly, leading this kind of... So this guy, he's about 6 foot. Looking at him, he would look to be... You wouldn't really give him a second glance in the crowd. That kind of guy. Kind of forgettable. Average build. He looks quite muscular, but he's not like bodybuilder muscular. He just looks strong. His skin's grey and he's just sweating profusely.
I don't suppose any of us would recognise this as something caused by something, would we?
You can roll a medicine. A heal check.
Yeah, if you don't mind,
Heal
I'm
check.
proficient with
Dastor.
it, but I
Yeah,
haven't spent any
absolutely.
points in it. Dastor's in.
Okay.
I
So
was just
as
looking at the skill before because I didn't want to commit to. Couldn't I do this? I wanted to make sure I got the right skill first.
so obviously he gets sat down, and his head's kind of down. He's looking at the floor. As Dastor's inspecting him, his kind of more and more concerned look begins to like kind of in Dastor's eyes, and he'll pull you all to a side and tell you that he's in this. Sevilla is in the advanced stages of what is known as ghoul fever.
Ghoul fever.
Ghoul fever.
Ooh.
How is that contracted? Or is that a silly question?
Interestingly enough, contracted from the bites of ghouls, ghasts, and lacedons.
Dude, I said ghouls! I said ghouls! I said
I know
ghouls like
anything
3
about-
sessions ago.
Would I know anything about that as a necromancer?
I don't know what ghouls have to do with romancing next, mate.
Oh, okay. I can't fault that.
Touche,
Sure.
motherfucker. Touche.
What would I have you roll? I mean, ghoul fever. It's gonna be heal.
Find it. Here we go.
What's it like? Cure wounds might help.
Cure wounds will definitely not help.
Oh.
Let me just see if I can give you
Chicken
a knowledge
sandwich.
check rather than. Scrap that. Give me a knowledge engineering. It'd be better for ghouls, I think. And that's for Marks he specifically asked. So
Yay!
that's knowledge engineering, but it's the same skill, so I'll let you off. Yes, you would know quite a lot about it. So you know that it's almost a form of leprosy, ghoul fever. So the flesh starts to rot and die, and then those who die from ghoul fever rise as rises a ghoul quickly after death.
Would I know any? I'm asking a lot here, but would I know how if there's any particular way it can be cured?
Magical means,
Right.
but probably but might be beyond you at this point of your adventuring career.
How is it contracted?
It's
Ghoul bite
through bites.
Through ghoul specific ghoul bites.
and ghasts.
Oh, sorry, we've
Ghouls,
already asked that
ghasts.
question. Fuck,
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Check me out.
No, you're all right, mate.
Well done, Mark.
You're all right. You would also know that they retain none of the possessed abilities from life, so they just become like a feral ghoul. No kind of intelligence, no martial skill. And you also know those with power who contract ghoul fever and die would rise as a ghast rather than a ghoul.
Gotcha. So Orcus doesn't have a hand in things in Pathfinder, though, or does he?
The Raven Queen is the land of the goddess of the dead.
Oh,
Orcus, Demon Prince.
Demon Prince of Undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ghouls are undead, so there's a fair chance that that's where it has originally come from. Yeah.
Can I detect evil and just scan the room while Garen's still in here, while Habe and Grace Sevilla are in here?
You certainly can. Bear with me 2 seconds. Just so I don't tell you wrong, I'm double checking their character sheets. So I would
Just put him
want
out
to
of his
be.
misery after we've got the information that we need.
Well, I'm tempted to give him some like a raw steak or something. See if
So
What's it with chickens in Fallout and ghouls? Are they afraid of chickens?
I'm not.
I don't know if they're afraid of them or if they send them into a mindless rage. I can't remember which. But you are right. There is something to do with ghouls and chickens.
Yeah.
A chicken and a ghoul walked into a bar. Ouch.
So, what's the range on that alignment, Dave? Just to set evil. Sorry, to set alignment.
Detect evil, range 60 feet. It's a standard action. It's concentration. What I was going to suggest to you, Dungeon Master, is that for the first part, Argus would step back and let everyone else start the interrogation while he's concentrating on various people in the room.
And just going round the room.
Yeah. If he gets any pings, then he's going to.
Yeah. No worries.
I think I need to collaborate with my Koyaketsu Shogi. I shall be back very quickly. Yeah.
It's all
I nearly went with collaborate.
Well, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to go and get a plate of cheese and crisps while Mark's away, if you forgive me for 2 minutes.
Okay, so
cheese and crisps.
As Argus is not talking or trying to get Grace to talk, who's taking point?
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Would Dastor know, like, if he was to say cast Lesser Restoration or something, would that aid him in his ability to fight the infection? Does that make sense?
Yep. Let me just have a quick read about the exact specifics of Lesser Restoration.
I'm also happy to start having a chat with this guy.
So, the effects of gall fever, it drains someone's stamina and dexterity as their flesh begins to rot. So you might make him more dexterous, but he's in that kind of late stage. You kind of wonder. He might be able to release some of the exhaustion that comes along with the fever, but like mechanically, I would give you a bonus to trying to convince him to talk to you, if you were to do so in a friendly manner.
Okay.
So it make him probably feel a little better, maybe feel a little bit more human, if you like.
Okay.
But it's not going to like stave off. It's not going to stave off. It'd be a temporary reprieve, but it's not going to stave it off or expand his life at all. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I maybe try and have a chat with him?
Sure. What do you want to say to him?
So he's in a straitjacket at the moment, isn't he? Is he still stood up at the moment? Is there anywhere to for him to sit down?
So Garen would have seated him.
Okay. So I think what Addam would do is he'd kind of like click his fingers and get the Eidolon to kind of just lie down on the floor, and then he'd slowly go up and sit next to him, And he'd be like, he'd just take a moment and look really deeply into his face in a weird way. And then he'd look at him and he'd say, I see the trouble in your eyes. I see the fear. I have felt it before myself. And it's probably like a weird softness in Addam's voice. But you can trust us. We're here to help. But we just need to know what happened.
Okay. Is Dastor casting restoration?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check for me, please.
And he'll cast enhanced diplomacy on. So +2.
Okay. So he starts to mumble. Roses. Too many teeth.
Roses.
The skin shore man is coming. And he just starts to kind of repeat that in a loop.
The what?
The
Man
skin saw man is coming.
Oh, the skin
Skin
saw.
saw. I think I might have said skin shore the first time. To apologise.
Calm down. Something terrible is happening.
So this skin saw man you speak of, who is he?
Razors.
You is it, Addam?
Too many teeth. The skin shore man is coming. Kind of looking around the room, Argus. You're not getting any pings for Eagle.
Does the mention of skin shore man mean anything to any of us?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like us madness and babbling.
You have been tormented by this skin saw man. Do you have visions of him?
His lordship.
Hello.
Too many teeth. And get back into kind of the same loop. But then he looks up. And he locks eyes with Argus. He said you would visit me. His lordship. The one that said so. He has a place for you.
Wicked.
Why would he have a place for him? Why doesn't he love me? I'm his chosen. He made me. He made me remember it. And he's looking back at you again.
And he's not pinging as evil.
Not yet.
I feel like we need to start pinging Argus.
He said if you came to his misgivings,
Right
if you join his pack, he will hold one final harvest in your honor. And then he just collapses.
Oh, motherfucker! I was gonna go Argus on him then for a minute. Bastard. Sorry, Tom. It was a good bastard. I mean, don't get me wrong. So is he out now? We're getting nothing else from him.
Seems to be, yeah.
I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna go Argus on him then. So I'm gonna grab him by the scruff, shake him, punch him cleanly in the face, and say, "Wake! I am here. You will obey. His lordship has sent me." See if I get any response.
So first of all, Abe, has just lost his shit. So he starts freaking the F out and he runs upstairs.
Okay.
Can I get the
He's gone.
Eidolon to give chase and almost like block him? Like almost like the Eidolon dives up.
That was me. Going to be a check that you're
He's gonna be
probably going to
out, isn't he?
succeed at. Known. I mean, he's not trying to leave the building. He's running like upstairs, so he's clearly frightened. Anything more than that, you'll need a sense motive.
I think it's literally just to kind of like bar him to stop him getting out of the room. To like, yeah, so we can carry on doing what we're doing.
Yeah, it'd be a reflex. It'd be an opposed reflex save, I suppose. Probably the best thing you can roll. I suspect.
Oh, it's only a fucking 9.
Oh. Yeah, he's just a bit quick. He just gets through the stairs, heading upstairs. So, but again, he's known to have a nervous disposition, so it probably just, probably just a little bit too much for him. And Sevilla seems unresponsive for a moment, and then his eyes open, but they're milky and white, and he's gonna try and bite you.
Milky piss in his eyes.
I'm gonna chop his head off, mate. I'm gonna kill him now. I'm assuming that the change has happened and it's too late. We're not going to get any more out of him. So I'm going to call arms. I'll alert the chaps to the fact that it's too late.
He's gone. He's
and
gone.
We need to kill him. Yeah. And also, while we're there,
bring you.
Oh, hello, combat map. Go on, Dungeon Master. Go on. I'm also going to shout to, and it's going to be one of these where he's sort of holding him, and Garen would be behind him. And Argus will just point and say, "Stay there, dickhead." We've got questions for you.
He's not made any movement. He's made no. Roll me a perception check.
Well, I wouldn't be looking at him, mate.
No, but it would be, with an appropriate DC, because you're not looking at him.
Okay.
But you have ears, you can hear him.
23.
He hasn't moved, so he was stood in the corner, as you may be able to see now as I pulled to the map. Taking some liberties with your placements.
Okay.
Are you all on the map? First question.
Yep.
I can see me.
Yep. Can you all control your tokens?
Let's see.
Yep.
I've just got a short circle around me, though. Like, I've got not much light range.
Oh, interesting.
Don't know where I am.
Dynamic light settings. I can fix that.
I can see Dave.
Aha.
Vexy, stop it.
How's that?
Yes.
Yay. Got it.
And I can move him. Yeah, wicked.
Oh, that's Garen then?
Yes, that is Garen. Are you all happy with where you are?
If it's all the same, I would be trying to position myself so I'm my usual position where I'm in between hostile and my fellows.
And your trousers.
Yep. Also,
my trousers. That's a table.
I've missed somebody's token here. Who's missing? There. You were sat next to him, Jake, just for the record. So you're there.
Nice.
I've got that the right way around, haven't I?
Yeah. Adam went and sat next to him, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just checking I've got the right token. Because yours and Addam's and Mortis tokens are a little
really
bit
similar, don't they?
Yeah. So if you'd all like to select your tokens, wait for it, because I haven't got the initiative tracker. Don't do it. Where is it? Oh, they've moved it again. Why do you keep moving things? Roll 20.
Roll 20, baby.
Oh, where is it?
Stop it.
They've moved my initiative tracker. Turn order. It's there. It's not called. It's called turn order, not initiative tracker. Tom, you fool. Right, now you can roll initiative, so I've got it open.
So I've got to remove the little cap from. Right. I was right on it. What's right on it? Here we go.
I think I might be at the top with that.
That's me as usual.
What's your roll? Oh yeah, that'll do it.
That's interesting.
I got giant underpants.
All right, so he shouldn't still be on that. Oh no! Why has it got the old? Why? Right.
Sorry.
No, it's not. It's got some of the old initiative trackers from the Malfesh fight that are still initiative tracker, even though it just said it was empty 2 minutes ago. Right. So Addam is the 9. Dastor is the 20. Argus rolled a 10. Nighttongue rolled an 18. Sam, what did you Zegric roll?
19.
Okay, so that 14 is the wrong one. And you rolled a natural 20, didn't you?
I did.
Minato. Just a bit. So I'm going to read out people's names on the turn list order. Shout up when I call your name. Minato.
Yerp.
Dastor.
Yep.
Zegric.
Yep.
Edelon.
Yeah, boy.
Mortis.
Yep.
I've got 2 Mortises. Argus.
Present.
And Addam.
It wasn't a me.
Oh shit, not good. Mark, so it's the 6. You do not get the 12. Okay, so first to act is Minato.
What was the perception check for, dude?
Oh, Seth, sorry. So as far as you can hear, Garen hasn't moved. So he's just still stood.
Gotcha.
So he was in the corner. I think I moved him looking. So he was in the corner out of the way, trying to be as unapproaching. He hasn't moved a muscle through all of this. He's just watched. And he's kind of, other than that, because you're not looking at him, you don't know. But, you haven't heard him move. He hasn't, rushed you or rushed out of the room or anything like that. That's what the perception check was for. So, Minato, what would you like to do?
Well, because I'm stood next to him, can I see if he's doing anything?
You certainly can. I'll give it you for free. Hasn't moved. Doesn't seem to reach him for any weapons. Just kind of got his arms in his kind of robes like that, crying across his chest. Looks very surprised. Looks very shocked. But not doing anything. Doesn't seem to be threatening.
Cool. So I'll swift action, vanishing trick then, and as I'm doing it, I'll look at Garrow and almost blow him a kiss as you just. So if he's surprised, he'll be surprised now. And I'll start moving towards Numbnuts down here.
Mr. Sevilla.
That should, by my logic, be 35. Hang on. 5, 10, 25, 30, 35.
Yep.
Cool. And then I'm going to stab him with my dagger.
Okay.
Whilst being invisible. 18 hit.
I'd hope so. Yeah. If he hasn't gone his flat footage, definitely hit him.
Cool.
Oh my god.
So what's that? I've completely forgot how to work out my
That
damage
is
on this
23.
Yeah,
So
damage is already rolled.
now.
So
Yeah.
you've got 11 damage and 12 sneak attack damage.
Awesome.
Describe to me how you kill in one shot this school.
What he does.
Okay, so
Well done, Lewis.
So he vanishes and he blows Garrow a kiss, and as you kind of like see him sneaking around, he almost sneaks behind him before he can bite Argos, and then almost gets behind him, just completely rips his head off in that side and his sword the other way and just completely decapitates him.
Nice.
There's blood splatters everywhere.
And you get hit with like the smell of like rot and decay and
Can I just try and like look at Garrow as I'm doing it now? I'm doing it, and he's got the head in his hand. And he's like looks at the hole and goes, just try and taunt him.
Looks a little disturbed, but
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I throw the head to the beastie then, so it can eat it?
Hell yeah!
And
he literally
Darren
just
kind
gonna
of. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like Beastie, when it goes at him, he's literally just gonna like pick it up like a gobstopper in his mouth and just chomp on it as the brain matter falls out.
Okay.
The smell. I know rot is rot, generally speaking, but is there any similarity with the disgusting smell that we found in the lumber mill? The murder scene, is there, or is it just rot?
Roll me a check. Specifically, because specifics always help. I would take knowledge dungeoneering, or I will take heal.
Flat roll then. There's no. There you go. See, that's what I do. That's what I turn up to Pathfinders to do.
Roll once. And look cool doing it.
Yeah. That's fantastic, mate.
I think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said.
So Zegric. Oh, Dastor's gone for the heal. So Dastor, you two put your heads together. Zegric and Dastor, being played by the same person. So really, you've already got your heads together. Anyway, so putting your heads together, you would surmise that it's a smell that is very much associated with ghouls, and that you think it is. There's certainly a similarity. Definitely that kind of ghoulish decay.
Because you're trying to identify what the original monster is, aren't you, Dave? That's what you're thinking, aren't you?
Yeah, generally speaking, because ghasts are slightly higher level, ghasts have this aura around them, which is putrefied smell. Yeah. Okay, you were going on to mention Garen. What's happening there then, Dungeon Master?
So he will look at you and he'll say, I believe you've had some questions for me. So he's very much cooperating and, you have questions.
Yeah. Okay.
No, killed a man in front of me. Sure.
Gotcha. Right. So, because, I'd like to think.
I think he's. Sorry, go on.
Well, no, it's all right, because you were about to paint a picture for it.
Whilst he perhaps doesn't know what's caused it, he's seen a man die, come back to life, and then you've killed him. So he's putting together that something wasn't right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like he's he's
okay
relatively
with what's happened.
composed, but he's not like, oh my god, you've killed a patient. He's like, yeah, that needed to happen. That's fair.
Okay. Righto. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. Because I was gonna say, like 30 seconds ago, Argus spins around with the ghoul gore that Minato's slaughtered dripping off, but there's no real need to intimidate him now. So we'll sort of spin back round. I suppose there's no reason to go hard and fast with this lad now. He's not making a move and he's not trying to dash away. I thing. Well, here's where my thought process is, gentlemen. I'll talk out loud. This was our last lead. We have nothing now. We have nothing to go on. So where do we progress next? Argus's thought would be, we need to make sure we check everything in this place, starting with gathering all the staff in one room and getting them to sit down. This being a common room where they sit and eat, and interrogate them or question them, and then systematically move through the place and just make sure that there's nothing else amiss.
Well, didn't they say
So-
what he was saying about the, like, was it the bone slaw?
Yeah.
So things that were
Skin
mentioned.
saw.
The skin saw man is coming. Then
Let's
the other
do
thing,
that.
the message that was left for you was, he said if you came to his misgivings, that if you joined his pack, he would hold one final harvest in your honor.
Who's the serial killer of Sandpoint? What was he called?
Sample chopper.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's there.
So roll knowledge local for me.
He also mentioned his lordship again, and in both of the letters that we've received, it was signed by his lord. Was it signed by his lordship? Yeah, look, I've got the handouts. Yeah. Your lordship was signed by. Yeah, both were signed by your lordship.
Right,
Okay, so is that suggesting that we were about to be?
Filibustered.
Filibustered.
Yeah.
How many fingers?
That's not what it
Sorry.
means, actually.
Sorry. Oh no, I was I was changing the meaning, Mark. I've spent too much time with you.
Leave me alone. What are you doing, pussycat?
Now, this is going to annoy me because I thought I made a note of this. It's important. So the misgivings is the name for an area in the. So there's an area in the local locally that's called the misgivings.
The misgivings. Okay. Okay.
So the misgivings is a place.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Which is the knowledge local. So I know. So I'm supposed to prompt you for the knowledge local after the fact. Just
Gotcha. Real.
I'm just a little bit slow on the uptake. I'm really annoyed with myself as well because I can't believe I haven't made a bloody note of it.
Yeah, I know. And I've written it down as in the miss, as in a female givings, which I'm assuming it's not. It's not. The misgivings. Okay, so we do have a lead, but is it worth making sure that there's nothing untoward here? If he had ghoul fever, we'd rather not pass it around.
Did we ask how he got sick? Did we ask?
It was in the attack.
Ah, that makes sense then.
Well, because what we do, we've established a few things. We've established that ghoul fever comes from ghouls or ghasts. His 3 mutilated friends were torn apart, so we can conclude that a ghoul or ghast did it. If you remember from the lumber mill, there were footprints going towards the water, which is what made me think of undead. You know, you don't have to breathe underwater, and then with the claws, lots of claw marks on the corpses, made me also think of ghouls. So it is all coming together.
Yeah. So the misgivings is a nickname for a local run-down and abandoned estate further south.
And geographically,
Smash
the
it.
misgivings. Would we know that the misgivings, like from the direction of the river where it appeared as though the monster had crossed? Would it look like it could be heading in the direction for the misgivings?
Oh, you see the map?
Yeah. So further south, you say, dude?
Further south, yeah. But it's
page
certainly
17.
feasible. There isn't a note for it on the on this map, unfortunately.
Okay.
Which is strange.
Can you ping it?
Yeah, so it's but it'd be somewhere in this kind of oh, I've just moved everything. Stop it. Oh no, right, that's disappeared. I'll bring that back in a minute. Somewhere in this region.
Oh, right on the coast then.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I missed that one.
Still pinging.
Right over yonder, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So
Yeah.
ways away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's safe to say that's the next destination, isn't it?
Fortunately, Mark, yeah. We've now got a lead. At least.
So the
Are we
dogs
not following that dickhead upstairs and seeing why he ran off?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
if I'm honest with you,
if-
I'm guessing from what the Dungeon Master said earlier, he's just unhinged. Something's happened. It's just old trauma. But yeah, it's definitely worth searching it. Did you want to go?
You are.
Yeah, I don't mind running after her.
We could also figure out what that trauma was, if it's linked.
Yeah, and the issue with how does he afford this place? We've got lots going on.
So, if you're discussing talking to Hape, Garen will turn around and say, bear me one moment, let me raise my brother and one of my brothers, and they will go and he's a very, very nervous man. Always been of slight nervous suspicion as long as we've known him. I think he just took a fright. Didn't expect to see a man drop dead in his sanatorium and then rise back up.
At this point, Argus will say, interesting use of the word raise. You want to clarify that?
Well, I mean, he fell over dead and then he got back up.
Raise your brother.
Oh, he's asleep. We sleep. We work shifts.
Perhaps choose better
walks
word
over
given the
to this-
circumstances.
Walks over this door, bangs. Says,
Yeah.
Gortus, I need you to go fetch. Mr. Habe is having. How do I explain? He's had a bit of a shock. Could you just go upstairs and retrieve him? Maybe take Gerrick with you. And then two more kind of very similar looking tieflings will come out of the room. Say,
Triplets.
"Oh, we do." And they sound very tired.
You big fat
Didn't
gibbon.
realise we had visitors, and they nip off upstairs.
Can I follow him?
And go and fetch. To go fetch Habe. At about the same time, another gentleman comes out from right. The door opens from this area. And another kind of older gentleman, kind of looks to be in his 60s. Couple of rings on his fingers, quite well adorned clothes. Kind of comes out round the corner, and he'll look over at Garen and goes, "What's going on here?"
Do we recognise this man, any of us?
Roll knowledge local.
See, I'll have a go because mine's not badly.
What business is it of yours?
How's a natural 20 suit you?
That's just
Again.
not good enough.
You're just showing off, Lewis, at this point.
Ooh, here I go killing again.
You carry on, dude.
So you know he's not from the local area. So you can tell that he is foreign, maybe as far as Absalom. Very wealthy looking individual. No idea who he is, no idea what he's kind of doing in these parts. So looks to be some kind of scholar for sure. A wealthy scholar at that.
Seems weird that he's in a sanatorium of all places, though.
Detect evil.
Oh,
sorry, Adam. Sorry, Jay.
It's all right.
Evil.
What? Yeah, this is a background check while Adam's do. Sorry, mate. You carry on. I'll.
Adam was just going to turn around and be like, "What business is that of yours?"
Well, given that I live here and I pay board, I don't like strangers coming into what is, I suppose, my home.
He's an inmate, isn't he? This cheeky get, is he? Or is he the proprietor's brother? I can't remember.
Doesn't look like an inmate. I'll give you that. I pay my rent and board. I understand this is a sanatorium, of course, but you're making an awful lot of racket. And he looks over, apparently killing the patients here.
We don't have to explain ourselves to you.
We kind of have to.
Nor I to you.
Who are you?
I am Kaisalu Zeren.
Okay.
We're here to investigate, and I'll tell him why we're here.
Oh, interesting. So you're someone's finally looking into these murders, then?
Yeah, that would be us, sir. Yes. Anything you can give us that will help. Anything at all.
Well, I don't know about the murders, but I do know there's talk of walking scarecrows over in the farms, although, well, farmers. Sounds
With
like
that,
a load of...
Zegric's ears will prick up and he'll say, which farms are reporting this?
So, they're coming from the farmlands in general, but the first, well, it's just nonsense. They get bored, telling feels, and their minds play tricks. The first, I've heard of it first coming from the Hambley farm, Hambley.
Do I need
Now,
a knowledge
that's
local to see if I know that one?
Sure.
I think Adam would turn back and look at him, and he'd say, I wouldn't dismiss their concerns. There's some strange things going on in these parts."
Oh, well, of course. Torn bodies and the smell of decayed flesh. Sounds like a ghoul to me, but just a scholar.
And this is in the farmland, did you say?
Oh, many things. No, the rumors of the rumors of the scarecrows are from farmland, of course.
What about the ghouls?
Well, the original murders, the smell of decay in the barn, maimed bodies.
And how do you know all of this?
Yeah.
Oh well, I research into many unnatural things.
Sausages. Yeah.
And at that point, you would pick up that this guy is evil.
Also, I got a 21 on my knowledge local on the farm, Tom.
Yeah, so what you'd know about the Hamley farm, specifically, you'd know of old grade Hamley. he's known for being a bit of a tightwad, penny pincher. His family, basically live in poverty, even though they make probably as much, if not more, money from the farmers than his neighbours. Known to be a bit greedy, but likes to kind of hoard his money rather than spend it.
Would I know him to be not make stuff up though?
I mean, he's getting old, be a bit senile.
Okay.
So after he's pinged evil, Argus does his usual thing where he sort of stood at the back while he's trying to get a read. You'd see him reach in just to grab his badge of office. Take it in his hand, in his shield hand, and with his sword still drawn, walk towards Kai Zalu. Is that his first name, Kai Zalu?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'd hold the badge up and he'd say, I suggest you sit down while we search your room thoroughly. If you've got anything to confess it now before we find anything incriminating.
Okay, roll intimidate check for me.
Yes.
Just to enhance diplomacy.
Can I call the Eidolon over to Adam's side and almost like with him and get him to snarl to add a bit of a bonus? Almost like aid.
Yeah, sure.
Is it just a flat roll from the Eidolon to help with that?
Yeah, so it'd be you'd roll the same check. And if you get above 10 or above, you aid. So you aid.
That's 24 then, isn't it? Is it +2 with aid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the guys would know Argus. I mean, he can be volatile, and they know his triggers are. It's not necessarily evil, but it's misused power, which are Argus's triggers. And for him to go from 0 to like in this guy's face, I think as Adam's already done, you'd get a read that something's not right.
I'll notice this and wander over and see you pick something up very surreptitiously.
Sorry, what was that, Mel?
So I'm just going to sort of slope up to Dave after seeing him, being a little bit agitated because I know he's doing a detect thingy. I'll just sidle up to him and say, "Got a ping? You got a ping?" Whispering.
Yeah, there'll be just eye contact with Kai Zalu, not taking my eye off him. There'll be the briefest nod.
I will wait till I'll make sure when I know the fella's not looking at me, and then I'm going to point at him, with the others.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. He's behind you.
it's
Oh, he's evil. He said so. It must be true.
So his eyes kind of widen, like, you're basically threatening him with a sword, aren't you? And he says, "Look, my research, I dabble in the unnatural.
So do I.
I have an interest, a scholarly interest in the art of necromancy. And I may have some subjects of research locked away securely downstairs. They are locked in a cell, and I would strongly recommend they stay that way."
Okay, so from this, Argus is still in his face.
Yeah.
I think Argus would say the instructions were clear. And then he'll, right up to his face, just take a step forward. Sit.
Yeah,
Hands on the table.
he's cooperating, but what he's telling you is that there's things downstairs that are
Okay.
dangerous. Because you
Right.
said to him, if there's anything down there
Yeah.
that shouldn't be down there, you need
Gotcha.
to tell me now.
Okay.
And he just told
So
you
he's-
that there's things down there
Right.
that you probably shouldn't really be down there.
But he's compliant. He's sitting down. He's putting his hands on the table where we can see them, type
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's thoroughly shaken.
Does he look
You
like a
might
gibbon?
suggest.
Okay. So while he's sat down, then what I'd like to know is, he's clearly aware that ghouls were involved in the incident. There was a suspicion that we've now proved. We've proven that that's the case. Does he have any other evidence that would help us?
I didn't know ghouls were involved. I suspected. The smell of decayed flesh in corpses that aren't that old is somewhat indicative of ghouls.
He's Sherlock Holmes.
Master
actually.
Habe, of
Two and
course,
two
would not
together.
allow me access to Sevilla, where I could have quite easily told him that he had ghoul fever, and that he should have been put out of his misery rather than allowed to suffer such a cruel fate. As I say, my interest in necromancy is purely academic. Sometimes, unfortunately, the academic requires practical application in order to learn more about it. That's why
Okay.
I'm here and not in the city where things close your eyes. People don't always understand these things.
I'm struggling
Okay.
to understand it. That's what Addam would say. I need get Beastie just a little bit closer to him.
Well, how can we understand and learn to fight those who raise the dead if we don't understand how the means in which they do it?
That's what I do. I do that ish.
Yeah, I think Argus is kind of it's sort of almost appreciatively step back and sort of nod. Yeah, we do need specifics about what's dangerous, though.
So I have a number of zombies in SL that I've risen myself.
Yeah.
There are also 2 corpses that I'm examining for medical research that are down there.
So naughty.
But they are not zombies. I have not tried to raise them. I'm more understanding the inner workings of the human body.
I think you should destroy them.
Yeah.
They have served their purpose. If you feel the need, I will, of course, be disposing of them myself soon. If you feel that you need to do that before you leave, please feel free. I understand the compulsion.
You know anything about
I'm
ghouls?
certainly in no position to stop you.
Know anything about ghouls?
Hang on, bear with me. Let me find his character sheet.
Mark,
we should
do you think he'd be
dispose of
able to
him.
teach you anything?
I don't know. We might, if we kill him horribly, we might have to steal his spellbook.
I would like to point out that not one of you, it's the last time I'm ever going to point this out, not one of you have rolled a single sense motive check this entire goddamn session. You're just taking what I'm telling you as absolute gospel truth.
Yeah, you're right. Can I sense motive, Dungeon Master?
You certainly can.
Natural 20. Oh.
It's not really going to change anything. I still want to kill him.
Oh, just in
So-
case anyone's interested, just before we get into the meat there, I've told Dave about this before. It's a website called DPI. We can get, if you look at the Pathfinder text chat, the picture that's there, I just asked it to draw Swampy Tree City, and it came up with that. There's a link to it underneath, and it's all perfectly usable legally.
What's that? DPI.
Deep AI. There's a link.
Deep
The link's
AI.
underneath it, blue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's completely not related to the game. Just wanted to, because I was going to forget to tell anyone about it. Otherwise, sorry.
Everything this man has just told you about his own personal motivations,
Bullshit.
He's a lie.
absolute bullshit.
Kill him.
I was. You know what, Dungeon Master? I was properly taken in by how convincing you were, mate. Right, so
It's like the post-traumatic Strahd syndrome, but don't trust Tom. He's too nice a guy.
It's always the quiet ones you've got to watch out for, isn't it?
And kind of as you kind of come to this realization, the door slams open.
It's Jeff.
And the sound of distinct moaning is to be heard from this direction. Let me just clear the turn order.
Emma's not in this campaign, is she?
That wasn't very nice. And if you could all roll initiative for me.
Referee. Right, initiative. Let's bring it. Let's do this. Where the fuck?
I'm going to launch a hashtag campaign. Pray for Lewis.
I need to keep a track of how many times you call your wife, and then create a what's it short, a TikTok short. Just so you know, I would never do that though.
But when there's one up next week, you got nothing to do with it.
Like we're playing with Sorry Garlic because it's going to be a while till my go. Shop with one job alongside.
Oh dear. Has he just gone away again without
He said clean something.
Something gardens, Kasabi Gardens or something.
I heard Kasabi or Kashabi.
You know, and normally the first thing I do is detect evil. Second thing I do is sense motive. I'm normally pretty good with it, Dungeon Master. I've let myself down.
I know.
Let myself down.
You're all right, mate.
It's all right.
It amused me no end. I've been sat there like they're just eating this bullshit up.
I wanted to kill him from the get-go.
You did. You
okay,
did.
So
fair play, Jerry. Fair play.
Yeah. I'm just going to do a quick run through to make sure everyone's there. So we have the Eidolon at the top with Minato. Which of you two has to hide decks?
Probably Minato, to be honest. I think my dex is 5.
Yeah, so I need to swap you two over.
You need to change your name to Minato One Shot.
I'm doing my part.
Mate, you're doing about
Mortis.
5 people's part. Yeah.
Yep. I've got Zegric.
Yep.
Mortis, Addam, and then Dastor. So that's every player.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you guys can only see PCs on the turn order, can't you?
Nope.
At them.
You can see all of it.
Yup.
Or do you not see the turn order?
See the whole turn order, yeah.
I know why. I know why that is.
1,
It's
2,
because
3,
it's
4,
because
5,
tokens are on the
6.
same layer as you. That's why.
Right.
So Minato, you were the first to act.
Tom, do you want to remove those 2 from the bottom? The 2 brothers that scampered off.
Oh yeah, of course I did. Yeah, I just left tokens there because I'm lazy. Do apologise.
No, it's just obviously otherwise it would crowd the battlefield up and get confusing very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if I did this, Tom,
because he's there.
Because I'm within the 5 feet, I wouldn't provoke an attack, would I? By just sidestepping there.
5 foot step.
5 foot step. You would not provoke an attack of opportunity, but he does also have his hands on the table, so you can see what he's doing. So he's also flat-footed, so we can't take attacks of opportunity until his turn. So
okay. Well, my thought process was.
Did nobody ask me what Taiketsu showed you was?
We weren't
no, we all know
told him what he said.
That was last time. That was another ninja thing. It's a hook and a double-bladed knife. One of the blades is hooked, got an iron ring on one end and then some light rope, and they swing it around and use it in mad fashions. And a kusarigama, the last one, is a sort of sickle with a chain attached to the bottom with a big weight, so it's like a weird dual wieldy thing.
Have you been watching Shogun, Mark?
No, I have been thinking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh,
the role-playing
Sorry,
game.
Lewis.
That's why I know all
Sorry,
that.
Lewis.
Sorry about
It's all right.
Uh,
that.
Well, I'm gonna just have a go with my dagger now in a flanking position on the main dude.
okay, so you're going to strike a helpless man.
Yep.
In the
Yeah, go for it.
face.
So he is flat-footed,
Oh,
but definitely hits.
Yeah.
Definitely hits.
So I'm also going to choose dexterity as my pressure point, so he loses 1 point of dex as well.
Takes a point of dex damage.
Uh,
Interesting.
and then I'm going to have another swing.
Okay,
my
so
offhanded
that
weapon.
would affect that. Okay, is that with your offhanded?
Yeah, so it's my offhanded.
Yeah. Do you have 2 weapon fighting?
17 plus 2, so 9.
Yeah, it's just flat-footed.
Yeah. And then
So,
what else can I do?
okay. So he is still conscious, but he is at 0 hit points, which means he is staggered. So he can either move or act.
We need to do 1 hit point of damage.
I need to do 1 hit point of damage.
They always forget that's a thing. Mechanically, if you're at 0, you don't fall unconscious. You're staggered, so you can either take a move or a standard action, an attack action.
Do you know I've got that ability where I can spend a key point and do an additional action attack thing? Could I be cheeky and ask to do a restrain as my additional action?
So you could do a
Grapple.
a non-lethal attack at a -4 to hit.
Okay.
There's a mechanic for that.
Shall I do that then? Shall I just hit him with a normal weapon and pretend to do that?
Yeah, bear in mind you've got an addition, so it's actually technically you only go from the +4 to +2. Sorry, you just lose your flanking bonus basically. So you just roll in as you normally would.
Yeah, all right.
No, you're not.
like
Sorry,
being
you're effective
flanking.
-2, but
Can't beat
because your flanking bonus is +2.
I'm just thinking if I restrain him, then
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could knock him out rather than. And against flat-footed, it's the best time to do it, funnily enough, because that's a hit.
yeah. So that's what I'm going to do then.
Because that'd be adjusted to a 17, because it'd be a 21 with flanking,
Yeah.
-4 takes it to 17.
Yeah.
So he is. There's one looked open for him. Unconscious. We'll use that one.
Awesome.
Okay.
But you need to give yourself the grappled condition as well, Lou.
Grapple.
I think it's grappled, yeah. Because even though you are the grappler, you are still technically classed as grappled.
No, so all he's done is an arm strike him. He's basically hit him with the palm of the sword and knocked him out. So he's not
I thought he
restrained
was
him.
going for the grapple restrain. Sorry.
He's just knocked out. So he's not going anywhere because he's unconscious. But he's not dying.
Spot on, mate. Yeah.
He likes it. Likes that.
Now for my next trick. Are these zombies still coming at us?
You heard moaning coming from the door. They have yet to act.
Oh, okay. Because my only other thinking was either A, I just walk off and let if the zombies coming through the door, they can munch on this unconscious bloke on the floor, or B, drag him away to the back for the room. See if they do come in.
You can't move. You've done a 5-foot step.
Ah, fair enough.
That's why.
So that is your turn, but a very effective turn because
Do I still get a swift action?
I think it's a swift action to do your additional attack.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Your key point, yeah.
Mm.
So you
Yeah,
you
okay.
have no action economy left, I'm afraid.
God
So I'm
damn it.
forcibly ending your turn. No, I'm joking. But it is
Wow,
Elon
wow.
up next.
So, is the door shut?
No, the door swung open. That was the inciting incident.
Oh, wonderful. So for once, it's a harper not opening the door that's causing a problem.
Hey!
However,
only
get
to
the
give you a
Elon to-
chance.
Charge out straight into that corridor on standby, on attack. He's going to dive out
So the noise is coming from this ping here.
from that ping.
So it's
How
not the
far
do-
is
it's
that?
not the door. So it's over here. So it's not this door that comes. So but you've seen a Habe go upstairs and the orderlies follow him.
Okay,
It's from round this corner.
there's the ruler. They've changed the layout for it. I don't like
Each
it.
square's 5 foot. Each square's 5 feet, mate. If that helps you. Yeah, I don't like change. It's on your
He's
white
got-
bar on the left. It's the
He's got-
third up from the bottom.
40 feet of movement, I think. Or might.
Edlon, yeah, I think so. Same as Minato. I think Minato's at 40 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nuzgrond in the Avernus game could go like the clappers.
But he's
So
got a
I'm
massive wank.
He's got a massive chopper.
Sorry, Jake.
So he's just going to move his 40 feet of movement.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We go 30. He could get to there. Hang on, let me change my thingy again. So with 40 feet of movement, he could get to there. Sorry. With 30 to there, 35, 40.
Yeah.
And then
he's
you
gonna go there
can
then.
you can continue to move if you so wish.
What into? Oh, because can you charge?
Double
Is that
move.
Charge has to be a straight line, I'm afraid.
Right. Okay. How much?
So you-
further- I might just stand where I am, and then can I even with movement? Can you hold your action?
So you could hold an attack, a singular attack, yeah.
Yeah. I'll hold my attack then for anything to come.
Okay. Move into these boys now.
X15221's watching us.
Yeah, I think he's
Hello.
watched before, hasn't
Hello.
He is watched a
He'll do.
lot, actually. Yeah, he's our
he has
one regular,
action in the
our only viewer.
So a zombie
how
does appear in
exclusive
front of
they
the
are.
Idlon. If you would like to, it does. It meets the requirements that you set for your attack, which was if a valid target comes in range. So you may make an attack.
Let's do this.
Apparently, we're entertaining.
I don't think.
We
Let's not do
keep
this.
coming back, don't we? Can't we? Let's face it.
That is a miss.
Fuck.
And then it is going to try and slam
No,
the Idlon in return.
no.
The
Yeah,
two-fisted
yeah.
Kirk punch. I always see it. Do you know the Captain Kirk two-handed punch? I always
Yeah.
see slam attacks like that.
yeah.
And that is an 18 to hit.
I think that literally just hits. Slag.
Okay. So two-handed Kirk punch to the face for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, jeez.
Don't like it.
And then another zombie's going to appear next to his friend, and he's going to do the same thing to the Idlon.
He can kindly fuck off.
And that is a
Ooh.
19 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Oiski boiski.
Unfortunately for you, I rolled minimum damage, which is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's a winner. Thank you. That's very kind of you, Tom.
Okay.
Quick maths.
I'll try to be better. And that brings us to Arx's turn.
Yeah. With my 20 movement, I don't think I can get anywhere near either of them, can I? Is there any noise coming from any other doors?
5, 10, 15. You could get up next to the Eidolon, actually, Dave.
Yeah.
You are wrong. You can go 15
okay.
diagonal to there. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Then 20.
Happy with that? Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, tidy. Yeah, that's happening then. And then we all know what's about to happen. So this will just be a normal longsword attack. Yeah. Ooh, 19?
That is a hit.
Dave's not hit anything for months in this.
It's been 50 years. It's that Titanic meme all over again, isn't it?
10 points.
Years.
10 points a day.
Yeah.
One
That is a
eternity later.
meaty swing.
Yeah.
But it is still standing, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm very, very sorry.
No, that's all right. Turn.
Turn. Which one is this one?
I'm trying to get it in focus, in frame.
Another zombie appears right in front of Argus. I nearly said Arthur, son. My campaign's confused.
Oof. Completely different setting.
And it's going to try and attack Argus. Because zombies aren't clever. And he rolls a natural 1.
Way.
Definitely
Dave.
misses.
Hey.
So what's the consequence of his natural 1 then, Tom?
He loses a hand, but he's a zombie, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
Oh.
You just see this fleshy, meaty hand just kind of slap off Argus's helmet and goes behind his back.
We can always give him a hand.
Yay.
Okay. So then.
Get away from me, son. You're bothering me.
Another zombie will appear, but as you have effectively. Oh no. And then will kind of stumble through this door and disappear.
Doesn't he stumble on his mate's hand?
No, because he went behind you.
Oh, okay.
He's giving you a pat on the back because he's gone over.
Wouldn't he
And that brings us to Zegric's turn.
So Zegric's going to run after Arthas. And as I understand, Dave, and correct me if I'm wrong, so Arthur stands with his shield forward and his sword.
Argus, yeah.
Argus, yeah, sorry. Oh, God.
You did that. Hello. It's been implanted, mate.
Yeah. So as
bait and he went for it.
Zegric will reach over with one hand, touch the hilt of his sword, and a fiery rune will appear on the blade of Argus's weapon. And he'll say, "Speak your deity's name," and watch what happens next. So when you next hit a target, say the command word, and you get to do 1d4 plus 1 fire damage on top.
Oh, thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
Kevin Malone.
I think, but at that point, as he stood there, he would say, "Yeah, but Nethys is an arsehole." Thanks, though.
Oh shit, not good.
Yeah, just 1d4
Yep.
plus 1.
Is that turn, Sam?
It is, mate, yeah.
Okay. So shit. So this zombie is going to use its action to make a second move. Now, in order to cross the Eidolon square, it needs to pass. I need to remember this now.
Let the fisting commence.
There we go.
Do you get an opportunity of attack? Even if it passes, do you get an opportunity attack?
Yes. But as I said, zombies ain't smart. So
That's okay.
oh no, we can't do it. Thought he could. Never mind. But he's just going to stay there.
No opportunity attack.
I'm afraid not, though.
No.
You'd bring us to Mortis's turn.
Whoa! Right then. I can't see squat from there, can I, where I am? So I'm going to move 5, that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can make it. And I'm going to, it's going to be MFI's biggest sale of the year. I'm going to use, Control Undead.
Ooh, hello, Mark.
Thing. Oh no, check me out. Check him out with his necromantic powers. It's not going to work. Right, power over undead. Let me just see what it's. Oh, it targets up to 5. Hang on. Receive command undead alternative. Yeah. Channel energy. The DC. Hang on. Tom, I don't know what I'm doing. Improve.
Okay, so right.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all right, mate. I'm just reading it myself, mate. Don't worry. So, it targets one undead creature.
Right. So I'll target one of the unharmed ones.
Okay, so maybe this one at the back.
Yep, that looks like a good target.
Okay, so
I could do this 7 times.
I'm going to give you a hint, and I'm going to tell you that zombies are unintelligent creatures.
Does that mean I can't do it?
No, it means you can do it.
Ah.
Doesn't get a saving throw, so you just cast it.
Wicked. I'll have him turn on his mate, the one that's bleeding.
Yeah, you can only give it basic commands. So come here, go there, fight, stand still.
Yeah, fight him and point at the other zombie.
Okay.
I think I don't know what I can do what else, but I'm quite happy with that, so I'll be done.
Okay, nice. Very, very good use.
This is the kind of necromancy we can get behind.
To see, why send out for your necromancy needs? You've got it in house.
Exactly.
Okay. So the orderly at the back, Garen, his does nothing. Just kind of cowers a little bit. Little bit of
that old story, eh? They've got his head down.
Which brings us to Addam's turn.
Woohoo! Addam is going to move in behind the Eidolon, and he's going to cast Rejuvenate Eidolon.
Okay.
Which I
Nice
believe.
little 8 points of healing there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of these? One of these, Jake?
One of what?
Is it?
Oh, just straight up the no-no. The Eidolon's eyes just go. With the realization both hands are on his shoulder.
Oh.
Oh no. That's me done.
Okay. And then you see another zombie just goes milling past the door.
Sorry.
And follows the other zombie that went out the door. And that brings us to Dastor's turn.
Dastor's going to run forward. His full complement of 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then
Well, technically, he runs. He can do 4 times his movement speed, but it has to be in a straight line. I believe.
yeah, I'm not having run into a door.
That's
and
his
he's
little dwarven
going-
legs will carry him.
Is there a knowledge check I can roll on zombies to know if fear the sun would affect them? It's about eyesight and things like that.
Sure. So you want to know if a spell is going to affect a creature?
Yeah.
It could be knowledge arcana or knowledge dungeoneering if you're looking for knowledge on zombies.
Is it dungeoneering or is it religion for zombies?
I'll give you religion as well. Yeah, sure. You're probably right. As far as you know, yeah, it should affect them.
So he's going to cast Fear the Sun on the
Mhm.
one in front of the Eidolon, the one in front of Argus, and maybe the one round the corner. Let me just check the spell.
What level are you casting at? It's one creature a level.
Oh, is it spell level and not caster level?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're level. So yeah, you can do 3. You're right. Do apologise.
So within range, there must be a DC. A Fortitude save, 17.
Yep. Yep, no worries. Just bear with me.
How many
Yeah,
hit dice do
quick
these
look.
things have, Tom? Sorry to jump in there.
You'd have to roll a knowledge check to find out, Mark.
Would that be knowledge dungeoneering?
On your turn, yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, mate. No, you're all right, mate. Sam, what level are you?
4.
And how many creatures? It's 1 creature per level, so you can affect.
Yeah, but I don't want to blind the one that's on our side.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there
That's
is.
permanently on our side. I've been reading it. It doesn't
Now
ever.
you're
get-
zombie.
That's my zombie, and I can have.
Right.
I
Name it.
can have. Not yet. I can have as many of them as long as their combined hit dice don't exceed my caster level. Which is why
You
I
don't
asked the
call
question.
it anything other than Rob.
Yeah, that's it. He's definitely called Rob now.
Can we make him slightly French and have him as Robert?
Yeah, if you like.
Robert smells of camembert.
Snaggletooth Susie.
He's got a little
So-
beret, some garlic, and a camembert.
In a weird twist of fate,
Cheesy knob, come bear.
this zombie in the corner
Mm.
kind of stumbles as if it
What
can't
about-
see. But the other
What about
two appear
Jean-Claude Van
unaffected.
Damme?
Right, well, it's not just blinded, Tom.
Yeah.
So it's
No, so
blinded.
I'm giving you the effect, not.
Okay. So
I have
what
got
did
the-
they get?
yeah.
What did they roll?
Can't tell you that, mate. But they.
Well, I didn't tell you the DC, did I?
Told me it's
17.
DC 17.
Oh, okay. So the one that failed has a -2 to its armor class, loses its dex bonus to its AC, takes a -4 penalty on most strength and dexterity-based skill checks and perception. Automatic for anything that requires perception checks. All opponents are considered to have total concealment against the blinded character. And if it wants to move faster than half speed, it must pass a DC 10 acrobatics check. If it fails, it falls prone.
Okay. I have the blinded
it
condition
takes-
up.
And it takes a -1 penalty on attack rolls and sight-based perception checks. It's classed as dazzled as well.
Yeah, it's blind. It's dazzled in successive. So dazzled is a lesser state of blinded. I think.
Oh, okay.
I find.
Was
So if you
that
read it,
past
it's
then?
affected targets are blinded for 1 full round and are dazzled in successive rounds.
Oh, okay.
If you cast a spell in the presence of bright light, any target that fails is blind immediately and dazzled starting within the next turn. It's around the level, the dazzled, so it'd be four rounds. Okay. I'm just going to take a picture of those rolls for later, and I'll send them to you later because it's disgusting. That brings us to the top of the round, Minato.
So which one's ours?
Back one.
The one near
The one with the
door?
beret on.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can give him a nameplate, a name that you can see. So,
Rob.
what are you naming him?
Van
What are you naming him, Mark?
Rob. Well, his name's
Rob.
it's Rob Air, but we call him Rob. But people like, that's what he likes to be called. And he's a zombie.
He's
now
got
got
a
a name
back
tag.
holstered baguette.
He's now got a name tag, so you can easily identify him.
And instead of he goes he.
We've been really racist tonight.
Is it
This is
strictly
why I
speaking,
stopped
isn't that
drinking on stream
xenophobic?
Xenophobic, yeah, sure.
We've
like
just ruined
French,
any
really.
chances we've got of getting a French audience.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of begrudging respect for the French. They take no shit off their government. They just
French
don't
people
do
are
anything
awesome.
until they
If I'm
away.
honest. I like.
They say, "What are you doing? Something that's pissing us off? Right, we're not going to. None of us are going to do anything until you immediately stop." Okay. Yeah, awesome.
Lewis.
Well, my plan is getting behind the zombie in front of Dave.
Okay. There is a
10
way to cross an enemy's square. I know there is. 100%. No, but
It's
there
an
is.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Thing.
I can't remember the DC, though.
Is it 10 plus?
Let's find out.
How do you rate monsters?
Move
What's the
if
word
you-
I'm looking for? It's CMB apparently.
CMB.
check.
There you go.
It'd be against his CMD, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Creature CMD, yeah.
And this is a zombie.
I'm thinking of Starfinder.
Okay, cool.
So
it's a CMB check.
to get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, it's a button that says CMB. 17.
Okay. That is a success.
Awesome.
I also believe that you succeed on it, that you don't take the attack of opportunity. Is that correct, Sam? I think.
I believe so, yeah. I think that's what
I
you
feel
do
like that's
for, isn't
right.
it?
Okay. I'll flavour it that I kind of go to this wall here and then do like a fancy flip.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm going to stab him.
Do it.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay.
So,
Go on. Tell me how you kill it.
I think as he kind of like
Because that's gnarly. Yeah, because it does confirm for the record.
Yeah.
You rolled 16 on the confirm. Which is just ridiculous.
How much damage did you actually do then?
That's what I'm trying to work
Damage,
out. Because this
20,
is
not 48 damage, surely. Extra.
no.
Ouch.
It's no, so it's the 20 plus 11, so it's 31 points of damage,
I'll still take it.
which is disgusting.
So as he kind of
Describe
does
to me
a
your
fancy
kill.
flip over, he gets his dagger and kind of throws it to distract the zombie, and then pulls out his wakatashi and again catches it and just
Nice.
zombie guts everywhere. And then for my next trick, the zombie that's stood next to the Eidolon, I'll use my offhand attack on that. Oh, 13 is not going to hit.
That is a miss.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm afraid.
Well, Well, in that case, then I'll spend my last key point and have another swing.
Having a stab at the zombie,
That's it.
so to speak.
What?
That's also a miss. Look,
Weirdly,
you had
the
your
second
crit.
13 was a hit.
You've had your crit. Get back in your box. That's what Roll20's telling you.
Okay. Yeah, that's me then.
Okay, which brings us to the Eidolon, which is now flanking with the friendly Rob Zombie.
Wait.
Ooh. Get in there, Robert. What does that mean? Does it just add additional things to my attack?
Plus 2
to attack.
Okay, so that's a 19 to hit
That's a hit.
with 7 points of damage.
That's a kill.
He's just gonna
Describe your
like
kill.
chomp down on his head and then just like rag the head from his body, but it just splits his kind of arms apart
Nice.
and like disembowels him. And then he's gonna move around the corner, 5-foot step, and then attack the other one.
Okay, so what he's saying is that you were doing a full round attack action.
Yeah.
With a
Can
5-foot step.
can you
That's
5
fine.
foot
No. You
Yeah.
absolutely can do that. But I'll try and repeat the mechanics in your head. It might sink in. That's the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. But keep repeating it. We'll get there. I promise.
So this doesn't count as flanking though, does it?
It does not, though.
So a claw attack is a 14 to hit
Just a hit.
Want to watch me have a
for
flank?
5
It'll
points
cost
of
you a tenner.
damage.
Sorry, Lewis, what was that, mate?
Did you want us to watch Jake have a flank? It'll cost you a tenner.
Got you, Dennis. So that is a hit, but he's not, unfortunately, enough to kill it.
And then I'll go for another attack then. I shall go for a cheeky tail slam.
Hail slam. That's a new one.
14.
That is also a hit, just a hit.
For 9.
And how do you kill this poor creature?
So I'm gonna come round the corner and just like rake the claws across its body, and then turn around and whack it with my tail, but straight into the wall and just like smush it.
Nice.
As it's gonna kind of turn around at the door and scream, like do its like Eidolon scream.
Nice. Okay. Well, you've just killed it, so it doesn't get its turn. And it was blind anyway, so it probably wasn't going to do much. August, it's your turn.
Okay. So, can I hear noise coming from anywhere else?
So you saw, and you can still see because this door is open.
Oh, okay, right.
There are 2 zombies outside.
Okay. Can I get anywhere near a position where I can attack one of them?
Let me just move some dead bodies. So you can step up to this square and attack on the diagonal.
On the through the door.
Yeah, I'm guessing you can't see now, can you?
No, I can't, mate. No, but
Oh.
no, it looks like the door's closed.
Tom hasn't opened the door. That's why.
Ah, no worries.
If Tom opens the door.
Wait, there we go. Okie dokie. So it'll be longsword +1. Don't let me down. That's reasonable. 18.
That is a hit.
Tidy. So I get to add 1d4 +1 fire damage as well.
By invoking the name of your deity. Which I feel like probably comes out more of a curse from August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more sort of begrudgingly saying, well, can I flavour it, Dungeon Master, if you'll allow me, and turn to Zegric and sort of say, I can't fucking do it. He's an arsehole. Oh, that'll do. Arsehole. And then, so an extra 2 damage, so 10.
Okay.
Mate, Sam, I'm hitting stuff. I don't care.
And it just has the damage, doesn't have chance to combust or anything like that, no?
I will double check, but I'm pretty sure it's literally just as the damage on top.
So
spell
as you kind of
resistance.
doesn't apply here, no.
Cool. No, if it's got spell resistance, it does.
Doesn't apply here.
Okay. Then no burning. It's literally just damage.
Okay.
If I take a step back, it will provoke opportunity attack. No. Oh, Tom's forgotten something. He's just berated himself.
No.
Oh, okay.
If you take a 5-foot step, you can't because you've technically moved.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So you could have moved, you could move back, and then yes, you would take the attack of opportunity. But you couldn't now take a 5-foot step and not incur it. If that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Fine. Turn.
Okay. No. Yes. You feel like that zombie didn't take the kind of damage you would have expected from a sword strike.
Even
hang
a
on, you've got a
plus
magic
one sword.
You've got a magic sword.
Yeah.
Never mind. Completely forgot
that.
It is, however, going to give the two-handed Kirk fist to the only available target, which is Minato. Does a 23 hit Minato?
It does, unfortunately.
And he takes six points of Captain Kirk damage.
Oh no!
Oh
Dear
no!
God.
That's the worst time.
Which brings us to Zegric's turn.
Zegric's going to run over behind Robert.
Robert.
Activate his bow. Spend a point on his bow.
Hamster point.
So it's now classed as magic. He's going to attach acid splash as per usual. Oh, that's not going to hit.
That's a miss, I'm afraid. The arrow just kind of sinks into the wood on the far wall. A little sizzly. Which brings us to Rob's turn.
Robert.
Now, you gave him the instruction to fight, to attack.
No, I told it to fight him.
A zombie.
A zombie.
That is now dead. So he's just going to start slamming and making a massive jelly mess of the zombie in front of him.
Yeah.
And he's just going to go to town. He's doing God's work.
Yeah.
Which brings it to your turn.
Right then, I am
Not
going
much, but it's honest work.
Slope in here. Try and get round about here so I can see. And the one that's been taken, that people have been hurting, I am going to go for Disrupt Undead. So here we go.
Okay.
Oh, you're coming into your own. No, got you.
I'm just at a giant sausage sandwich. I've completely missed.
You have completely missed, mate, I'm afraid.
Why did it roll all those dice? Did anyone else see all those dice it rolled for no apparent reason?
Yeah, I think it confirms something.
Yeah,
so
it confirms that
it
I
always
missed.
rolls to confirm a crit, even if it doesn't roll a crit. It also rolls like crit damage. It's a bit silly. It's all plenty.
My rolls have been almost good. It's just that one wasn't. So yeah,
that was more of a sausage roll.
It was a full sausage, not even a nice one. It's one of those ones that are too meaty that have got no juice, all dry and crumbly. You don't want all that shite. I tell you.
Okay.
Sorry, at which point I'll be done. God.
Brings us to Garen's turn. who is going to run into his room and lock his door like a frightened child.
I'm going to go compete in a Grand Slalom. I won't be long.
And that brings us to Addam's turn.
Ooh. Addam is a bit stuck, to be fair, as to what he can do. Have I not got? I think I've got a wand of firebolt, haven't I? Which
You
may
do.
come in hand. Let's have a go with that bad boy. It's got another. It's got a reasonable amount of charge on it, I think. Still, wand of produce.
Yeah, it should say underneath or next to. Probably next to.
Yeah, wand of produce. Oh,
Blood juice flame. But you can then throw at people, to be fair.
Or I might do wand of magic missile because I've got 35 uses left on that bad boy.
Boom.
Okay.
So
this fella or the back fella?
Yeah. The one that's at the front.
Yep.
And then it's just use magical device, isn't it?
CUMD.
CUMD.
Right.
Yep. 19.
Flat 20. Unfortunately, that is a fail. There is a flat 20 to activate a roll, so you've got to get 20. But you don't expend the charge. Yeah.
Fair play. You just have to get a 20.
Yeah. Always a 20, regardless.
I couldn't even do that right.
To be fair, you rolled a 7 with a plus 12 modifier.
Oh, fair play.
So
Didn't do
you
too
just
bad,
rolled low. So you're not horrendous. You only have to roll an 8 or higher. You just roll.
Oh, right,
It's not impossible.
Yeah, well, okay, that's me done then.
Okay. Which brings us to the back zombie's turn. And it is going to try and break the door down in front of him because this one appears to be locked. But it fails to do so, so it's just kind of slamming on this door and it's just solid, just doing nothing. Which brings us to Dastor's turn.
Dastor is going to try and catch up.
Me again.
With his stubby little dwarven legs.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
And end his turn there.
Okay. Top of the round, Minato.
Stabby.
Come on, mate. You're what? How many for how many now?
Oh, what? Oh, dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Okay.
That
Bring
is
my
a
second
miss.
attack round.
Oh, no,
40.
no.
That is a hit.
Ah.
And is enough
Oh.
to put the poor creature in front of it out of his misery.
Okay. Lovely.
How would you like to go about that good task, good sir?
So I missed the first one and kind of sniggered to myself and try and downplay it as if I did it on purpose. And then as I bring around the other sword, I just kind of discombobulate him massively.
Nice. Very nice. Would you like to do anything else? Would you like to move?
Yes, I will. I'll step over the corpse of my enemy
Yeah,
and move next to the Jigabaggeria.
the jigger-bagger. Okay. I'll move that body out of the way just for the,
The giggles.
just so it's a clear path, if you like. Is that everything?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Bring us to Leadlon's turn.
Oh,
Are there any zombies within the Eidolon's range?
Yeah, one.
There's one right there, mate.
Let's do it.
I can't see through the door. Imagine I'm in the wrong angle, aren't I?
Drag your fella over, as it were. I mean, turn your camera off first if you're going to drag your fella over, Mark. But...
I wish it was of the proportions that would require actual dragging, like that fella on.
Can you see?
If you're using the verb, the verb drag, to...
Apologies, I've just rolled my damage first.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter anyway because I miss.
Talking about that fella from the boys, it's just. I went, oh, please tell me that's not his. No. Yeah.
Have you seen the last episode
Mark,
yet?
I have, yeah.
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 Sorry,
Mark, can you see in the room now? No, you're right. Can you see in that room now, Mark?
Yeah, I can see Minato and the zombie.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So yes, you can see into that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. So that brings us to Augustus' turn.
I'm actually not there.
You just
I was actually stood there.
It's again because I'm asking these questions and I probably should know. Is a charge possible? There and then straight forwards.
Yeah, has to be straight line movement of
Okay.
10 feet minimum.
Okay. So yeah, I can enter the room though.
Yeah. And you run on me. Don't.
Come on, Dave. Missed by one.
Just a miss, mate.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, mate. You're dead. So Zegric, your turn.
Even me then for a second. Fucking hell.
You leave me
No,
alone. I can have you.
Yeah, because you've been slating Nephis, mate. He's decided to strike you down in anger.
I'm going to spend an arcane point to give myself arcane accuracy.
Okay.
So I grant myself an insight bonus equal to my intelligence modifier on all attack rolls for this turn.
Nice.
So I'm going to then take a shot with a +5 to hit.
Do you know how to add that
30?
temporarily, Sam, or are you just gonna?
No,
Just
it's
gonna.
30.
Yeah, but definitely a hit, mate. Definitely a hit.
25.
Obviously, I've got acid splash with this. That's
Yeah.
max
Max
damage
damage.
11.
Okay.
And then 2 points of acid damage.
Plenty enough to kill the final opposing zombie.
Yeah.
Describe the kill, sir.
I'll tell Robert to stop fighting and just follow me until I tell him otherwise.
Robert.
Yeah.
In the neck, acid, completing the decapitation.
Nice. Okay, so all the zombies are dead. The opposing gentleman has been subdued, but he's still alive.
Wicked.
It's also 11 o'clock, so just want to call it there.
So that's a perfect finishing point. And at least
tidy.
I know that at one point I did something good. Yeah.
Mate, yeah, absolutely.
I did one good thing.
Well done, Mark.
Yeah, I did a good thing.
We've now got a new pet.
Yeah.
Little zombie
At
fella.
this rate,
A bit
you're going to beat me. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, that's why I asked about the hit dice, because it says I could have as many hit dice in undead as I've got caster level. So
yeah,
if you say it was 2 hit dice, I could take another one. If it was 1, I could have another 3. But if it was 3 or 4, I can't have any more. Do you know what I mean?
2.
He has 2 hit dice.
That means I could get another one later on. They're all dead, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all dead.
I could get another. At least I know I could get if we come across any more zombies. I can, there's another little friend for Jeff. In fact,
Well,
that's called
technically,
Jeff.
so first of all, technically, they were dead from the beginning.
Yeah.
Second of all, they haven't gone minus their con, which means they are technically dying, not dead. So if you want to somehow heal one, which would be difficult given they haven't dead traits.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd heal it. No, I'll hang fire till I'll keep the healthy one.
Can't Dastor channel divinity? Oh no, I suppose you wouldn't be able to do the channel negative energy, would you?
Don't think so. No, it's only channel positive, and you can use it as an offensive or a healing.
Yeah.
Offensive against
right, but that's I'm still happy with one little pet zombie. Compared to none. One's got to be good, and I'm feeling
as a necromancer.
Yeah.
I also genuinely thought that you weren't going to end up in a fight because you were just eating this guy's bullshit.
Yeah.
I just thought you were just going to walk away.
No, it was our only lead. We were never going to walk away.
Yeah.
I would have just gone, Dave, what shall we do? Until he told us what we ought to do.
Well, in these circumstances, someone else probably would have come up with the idea, might we?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Right,
there was
I'm going to
someone
turn
else
the fella off then, so, and then we'll pick it up.
There was something